Hello everyone, and welcome to Player Review Channel. Today we have a legendary versus between the new Didier Drogba, released via SBC, and the future star version of Samuel Eto'o, who is expected to appear very soon in the SBC lineup. Who's better? Who deserves your fodder or coins? And do you even need them, considering previous SBCs and evolutions? Let's find out. So, both of our players have a striker position, but Eto'o have also left winger. However, Didier boasts a medium build standing at 189 centimeters. Samuel, on the other hand, is 10 centimeters shorter and has a lean build. Nevertheless, both cards feature 4-star skills and 5-star weak foot. In terms of chemistry styles, Engine or Hawk are best suited for Eto'o. As for Drogba, it's preferable to keep him with the controlled lengthy acceleration type. Therefore, we recommend Hawk or Hunter, but you can always switch him to controlled and make him slightly more agile using Engine. Objectively, at this stage, the new Drogba significantly surpasses Eto'o in playstyles. But is this critical? Let's delve deeper. What do we usually think of when we see the gold quickstep in playstyles? Right, about how explosive the card will be, including on speed boost, and Eto'o has an excellent burst thanks to this meta feature. Moreover, he is quite resilient, so he maintains good ball control under pressure and runs well even without rapid, and his shooting is top-notch. Now let's focus more on Drogba. Firstly, appreciate this burst with no chance for the opponent and a sharp shot under the goalkeeper. Secondly, Drogba possesses not only quick step but also base rapid, which in any case makes him faster over distance. However, it's not so much about rapid, but more about his long legs and of course partially the lengthy acceleration type. This allows him to consistently break away. Again, combining this with explosive speed boost results in a truly hellish mix for any opponent, not to mention his insane shots. Plus, Drogba is very powerful, which means he constantly stays on his feet after clashes with large players, allowing him to retain the ball. Press proven also helps in ball retention, although it's primarily his body that regularly knocks off lean and medium builds trying to take the ball. As we remember, quick step and a powerful body allow for quicker ball recovery by simply accelerating into the opponent's body. By the way, here's an interesting example where Drogba himself crashes into a player with the ball and after the tackle accelerates into the exposed area, leading to a dangerous episode. Or the next curious moment where he literally blocks Yamal and doesn't let the Spaniard get to the ball, which is quite amusing. Simply put, such episodes happen consistently. He regularly crashes into a defender but somehow stays with the ball and continues the attack. Of course, if the opponent skillfully positions the body with someone like Stam, there aren't many chances to slip into the penalty area. But that doesn't stop Didier from crashing into the same Stam and once again staying with the ball. Simply put, the ball often sticks to Drogba, despite logic. By the way, here's a moment where Varane flies past the ball and another successful finish by Drogba thanks to a low-driven shot. So, what about Eto'o? Actually, he's also very resilient and can push through, but he still doesn't have the same body. After all, he's smaller and not as tall, so it's easier to push him back. That said, the Cameroonian is still very fast, which is his main strength. That is, the key is to give him a quality pass into space, and he'll easily escape the marking. But where Eto'o definitely surpasses Drogba is in ball control and left stick dribbling. Samuel keeps the ball very close and moves sharply, especially with Engine. Overall, if Drogba relies on his body, Eto'o retains the ball precisely due to close control and sharp explosive animations. However, it's a pity that the cards don't even have a base trickster, not to mention skill moves, so you have to rely on step-overs and other classic skills. Again, Drogba isn't about skills, as inside the penalty area, he relies on his pressure and aggression, which is useful not only for him personally, but also for teammates on rebounds. Didi can shoot into a block, then receive the ball, shield it with his body, and pierce the keeper with a golden low-driven shot. Indeed, this talent is the main meta lately. Ideally, a player with such a shot converts almost every attempt inside the penalty area. At the same time, even Drogba's regular shots feel scripted, and it's not so much about accuracy as it is about shot power. Didier literally destroys the net every time, leaving goalkeepers no chance. Again, pay attention to this shot taken from the edge of the penalty area into the far corner. Absolutely no chance. Returning to Eto'o, we can note his golden power shot. Well, not so much note as remind, because the power shot still loses to the trendy low-driven shot. Naturally, Eto'o also finishes well in the box, but in terms of power, his shots aren't on the same level as Drogba's. However, directly in the penalty area, silver finesse shots help a lot, allowing for significantly stronger shots around the goalkeeper. And it's nice that both cards have a 5-star weak foot. However, from outside the box, silver finesse shots are rather weak. By the way, you mentioned in the comments that golden finesse shots have become worse with the precision setting, but we checked and everything remains practically the same as before. Returning to our players, let's note that Drogba's silver finesse shots are still stronger than Eto'o's, but that still doesn't help to score them consistently. Here, Trivela shots come to the rescue, which sometimes are even better than golden finesse shots, at least if you use time finishing. Although Drogba's shot power allows you to do without perfect timing. Overall, Eto'o doesn't lose in this aspect to Drogba, so we can say their Trivela shots are on the same level as they consistently go in. And the last thing worth noting is Drogba's aerial plus. Honestly, we're not fans of crosses and rarely use target forward, but corners become much more dangerous with Didier. As you know, in EAFC 25, the rewards for the weekend league are awesome, which means that the game has become much harder to play. Our boosters will help you to get the best rewards. Write in, because the number of spots is limited, and don't forget that we also sell coins at a cheap price. All links in the description. In conclusion, let's note a simple truth. The new Drogba is more meta at this stage of the game and is priced very reasonably. Therefore, if EA releases Eto'o via SBC, firstly, he won't be cheaper, and secondly, we would still recommend assembling Drogba over the Cameroonian. Of course, unless you're a fan of Eto'o, although in that case, it's better to just buy his card on the market. In turn, we like Drogba more than Thierry Henry and Eusebio, although if you've already assembled Henry, then you don't need Drogba. Unless you want someone similar, then you can safely assemble Drogba. The only thing is, Thierry wins with his Trickster, which Drogba lacks, and his R1 isn't as sharp as we'd like. Eusebio is, of course, more agile, but he slightly loses in body strength, speed, and most importantly, shooting talents, which are even more important. And yes, you can safely replace Muller with Drogba, at least if you had such thoughts and like strong and powerful strikers. After all, Muller lacks speed and strength, despite other advantages. But as for KR7 or upgraded Suarez, we wouldn't replace them, or if anything, we'd only build Drogba to play alongside them, not instead of them. That's because these guys accelerate really well and maintain tempo thanks to controlled lengthy acceleration, pretty much the same way Drogba does. And actually, we can confidently recommend Drogba to just about anyone, since he really reminds us of his version from last year, although that one was still more overpowered. If you have any questions left, drop them in the comments and we'll try to get back to you quickly. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any interesting player reviews. We're giving Didier Drogba 9.4 points for card quality and reminding you that detailed ratings will be available tomorrow on our Twitter. For the SBC cost, this card gets a 9.5 rating. Detailed ratings for Eto'o will also appear on our Twitter. Thanks for watching until the end and see you in the next video.